Hi everyone, in this video we'll be discussing about iOS app development roadmap for beginners. So this will be a playlist. So in the first video we'll be discussing about how iOS ecosystem works. iOS is the mobile operating system developed by Apple for its mobile devices. Basically it powers iPhone, iPad, previously iPod Touch, which is not available, but only iPhone and iPads are now available in the market. So basically it is for iPhone and iPad. So what are the key characteristics of iOS? Closed ecosystem. So in the closed ecosystem, Apple controls hardware and software both. Strict app review process. That is what in the closed ecosystem. Then high security. Sandboxing, code signing, app store review, secure enclave. These are fall under high security. Basically, the iOS in the iOS device we have multiple iOS applications. Those are very secure. That is what the sandboxing is. And second one is code signing. Whenever any application has to live in the app store, that has to be code signing. Then app store also review followed by before uploading and live for the public, and basically app store review will also happen, and secure enclave is also there. So that is what the so these characteristics are fall under high security. Next is performance optimized. Because Apple builds both hardware and operating system, that is why performance is optimized by Apple. So that is also taken care by Apple. The next is development language. For iOS development, the primary language is Swift, and Objective-C was the legacy. Previously it was Objective-C, and now the latest current programming language for iOS development is Swift. So both can be used for iOS development. Then next is iOS version evolution. In 2007, iPhone OS has been introduced. Then later on in 2010 it is renamed to iOS. Modern iOS version supports widgets, Swift UI, multitasking, focus modes, AI powered features. Next is App Store ecosystem. The App Store is Apple's official platform for distributing apps. It is managed by Apple Inc. Key components of App Store ecosystem. Basically, App Store, whenever any application is being developed, it has to be live in the App Store. Then only it can be available to the public. That is what the App Store is. The App Store is Apple's official platform for distributing apps. It is managed by Apple Inc. Key components of App Store ecosystem. The components, like first one is Apple Developer Program. For Apple Developer Program, anybody can join, but that will cost you. That is $99 per year subscription. Every year that is $99. The developer has to pay. Okay, that is what it is. To required to publish apps. It is basically required to publish the apps. It will access to test flights, then App Store Connect, certificates and provisioning. Test flight is basically before live the application to the public. Then just before that we have to go in a phase of test flight. Test flight is internal testing phase. There we can see the behavior of the application in the live mode. Okay, so that is what the test flight is. Then next is App Store review process. Basically any application which is going to live that need a review. So every app goes through technical validation, security checks, UI UX compliance, content guidelines. So these things are the check marks which need to be passed before the application is going to live. And Apple is strict compared to Android's Play Store as well. So that is usually that is what Apple is promising for all the security concerns. Okay, next is monetization models. In the Play Store, there can be paid apps, in-app purchases, subscriptions, ads, enterprise distributions. So these are like monetization models which are available in the App Store. Test flights, beta testing platform before public release. Basically, before a public release, it required a beta testing phase. In that phase, some particular set of users can be test and check the behavior of the application before it going to completely public for the it means before it's going to completely public, it has to be go in this beta testing phase. That ensures the application will work properly in the that application should work as expected through the public. Okay, next is App Store Connect. It's basically web dashboard to upload builds, manage users, analytics, revenue tracking. I mean, this basically provide a platform like a web dashboard, and regarding the application, means the whatever application is developer is going to upload in the app store. So this particular dashboard will provide the upload builds, manage users, analytics, revenue tracking. So that will help further for the any kind of improvement in the application. That basically helps on for the developer. Basically that this App Store Connect will help the developer to improve further whatever necessary in the application. Why iOS ecosystem is powerful? High revenue per user, strong privacy policies, loyal user base, better device fragmentation control as compared to Android. So this is why iOS ecosystem is powerful. Devices: iPhone and iPad. iPhone is Apple's flagship smartphone, and that is what it is. Characteristics: different screen sizes, Face ID, Touch ID, high performance chips, optimized for one hand use. This is what the characteristics of the iPhone through the public. Okay, next is App Store Connect. It's basically web dashboard to upload builds, manage users, analytics, revenue tracking. This basically provide a platform like a web dashboard, and regarding the application, the whatever application is developer is going to upload in the app store. So this particular dashboard will provide the upload builds, manage users, analytics, revenue tracking necessary in the application. Why iOS ecosystem is powerful? High revenue per user, strong privacy policies, loyal user base, better device fragmentation control as compared to Android. So this is why iOS ecosystem is powerful. Devices: iPhone and iPad. iPhone is Apple's flagship smartphone, and that is what it is. Characteristics: different screen sizes, Face ID, Touch ID, high performance chips, optimized for one hand use. This is what the characteristics of the iPhone. And iPad is Apple's tablet device. Characteristics are larger device, multitasking, split view, and stage manager. Basically this is compared to bigger screen as compared to iPhone, which can give you some different experience like by split view and stage manager. Apple Pencil support. It also allow the user to write through a Apple Pencil, and you can write over the iPad, and that can give you experience of writing on the screen whenever required, and that can be also connected to the Mac OS. iPad can be connect to the Mac, and you can see whatever you are writing, that can be also visible in the Mac. That is a kind of different purpose of for different purposes these two devices can be used. One is iPhone is very basic as a hand phone, and iPad is basically it has a different purpose. We can use for learning, we can use for reading, we can use for see some videos in a bigger screen, and we can do some teaching as well. So that kind of stuff. We can see some gaming, we can do gaming as well in a bigger screen. So that can be possible in iPad. Often used for education, content creation, and business. Okay, so iPhone versus iPad app development differences. Feature for UI. Okay, so these are the three characteristics like UI, layout, and use case. What is the difference in iPhone and iPad? For UI, this is compact, and this is regular width. Layout: vertical focus. This is multi-column layouts. Use cases: daily usage. This is productivity. Developers use: auto layout, size classes, adaptive UI. Overview of Xcode. So what is Xcode? Xcode is Apple's official IDE, integrated development environment. It is used to build iOS apps, iPad OS apps, Mac OS apps, Watch OS apps, tvOS apps. So basically Xcode is the integrated development environment. It is the software where the iOS apps or any other like for iPad or Mac and Watch OS and tvOS, so these can be developed after means through the code. So we can code and create application for all these devices using the Xcode. So what are the main components of Xcode? This is a code editor, Swift and Objective C support auto completion. This is like code editor. First, like the first component is code editor. We have to write the code over there. Second one is interface builder. Drag and drop UI design. We can drag and drop the UI designs, and we can create the UI layouts for different type of devices like iPhone, iPad, macOS, watchOS, or tvOS. Storyboards and Swift UI preview. We can also preview all these changes after doing in the Xcode. Simulator. It is basically a it is a phone, look like a phone kind of a device, a virtual device. In that we have to run our apps and without a physical device. Then debugger. Debugger helps us to see the control flow of our logic and the work, so that we can see using the help of debugger. We can do breakpoints, memory debugging, and console logs. So everything we can see through the debugger. Next one is instruments. Performance profiling. We can profile our performance, like whatever how the application is performing. We, after writing the code, we can see the performance of the application using the help of instruments. Memory leak detection also we can do. That is also achieved through the help of instruments. Swift UI versus UIKit in Xcode. UIKit is traditional framework, storyboard based. Swift UI is modern declarative framework. So Swift UI is the recent one, which gives us like modern declarative framework. We can write declarative UI using the help of Swift UI. UIKit was the earlier one, that was traditional framework, that is storyboard based. Understanding iOS architecture basics. So iOS architecture follows a layered architectural model. The four main layers of iOS. Top one is the application layer. Next, going down, framework layer. Then going down, core services layer. Then the last one is the core OS layer. So whatever application can be developed and can be seen, that is was the application layer. Down the line, framework layer, then core services layer, and core OS layer. These are the architecture of the iOS. In the application layer, what are the things? Your app, UIKit or Swift UI, app lifecycle, that is the top layer. The next, framework layer, what are the components? UI frameworks, map kit, core data, AB foundation. These are fall under framework layer. Core services layer, foundation, core location, networking, SQLite, security services. These are fall under core services layer. You just need to understand these are the components. So basically this is all about the architecture of the iOS. No need to worry about how it works, but you just need to remember like these four, there are these four layers and what are the components of each layer. That is important to understand. Core OS layers: kernel, memory management, file system, power management. These are fall under core OS layer. App architecture patterns in iOS. Basically while we are developing any iOS application, there are some patterns, there are some design architectures we need to follow. So depending upon the application size, and we have to follow different architectures. Okay, so these are the basic four architectures usually followed in the iOS application. First one is MVC. This is traditional Apple pattern. Any kind of small, medium, large, small application, we have to follow this. Then MBBM is the modern approach. In mid-size application, MBBM is the required approach to follow. That is MBBM. Then next is Viper. For large-scale apps, Viper architecture need to be followed. And then the clean architecture. Clean architecture is basically we can add MBBM plus clean architecture or Viper plus clean architecture. So clean architecture is also very important when we are going for a very big or mid-size application. That is where clean architecture is also required. Okay, so this is what the first how iOS we have understand in this video how iOS ecosystem works. I have gone through, this is a theoretical content because this is just you need to understand what is the iOS ecosystem or what is all about iOS ecosystem. We'll be in the further upcoming videos we'll be going through the coding approach. I will take you through the Xcode, and there are some upcoming in this particular series we'll have that part also. So just stay tuned, and we'll be going to that particular next video with the Xcode example as well. So thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next topic.